Ukraine might not be able to beat Russia, but Ukrainians Oleksandr Usyk has no problem beating the Brits with 6 of his last 7 victories coming against British opposition. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, but forget about whether it is Brits or non-Brits. Who can beat Oleksandr Usyk? Which heavyweight out there has got the best chance of defeating the Ukrainian and becoming the undisputed champion? Unfortunately, they'll probably never get that opportunity because no doubt these belts will be stripped off Usyk before he even gets an opportunity to defend them. But, you know, that's just boxing. It kind of sucks. As soon as we get an undisputed champion, 5 minutes later, he's no longer undisputed champion because belts have been vacated. It happened when Fury beat Klitschko. He had to lose a belt a week later anyway. So, dumb. Very dumb. But anyway, we've got 10 boxers on this list. I mean, I could have put 15, 20, but realistically, no one's really got a chance of beating Usyk, so why just do a longer list when we know the outcome? So, yeah, we're going to go through them. Some of these guys I'm very aware of, some of them not so aware of. There's 6 categories, so favourite is obviously someone that I believe has got a better chance of beating Usyk, so if they take on Usyk, they are the favourite. 50-50 is obviously a 50-50 fight. Next category, we've got decent opportunity. Someone that is not as good as Usyk, but has a decent chance. Then we have the unlikely, you know, someone who's an underdog, someone who could beat Usyk, but probably ain't going to happen. Then we've got the puncher's chance category for somebody that really just self-explanatory, has a puncher's chance. And then there's a no chance category because I think there's a few people on this list that deserve to go in there. So it's as simple as that. 6 categories. Might not be using the top 2.
Might not be using the top 2, but let's rain down some opinions on the Ukrainians, foes, and potential opponents. But realistically, as you said, probably not going to face any of them apart from maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, so I mean, is Usyk, he should be bored of beating Brits, and he might actually have to take on Fury again in a rematch. If he does, that will be 7 of his last 8 fights coming against Brits. Like, what is it with Usyk bullying the Brits here? Can he not go and beat somebody else up?
I know, beat somebody else up. Pick on an American.
Anyway.
Or a Russian.
Right, so we have Ajit Kababiao up first. He is German, undefeated, 23-0. Haven't seen a lot of this guy. I know he beat Derek Chisora. He beat Frank Sanchez on the undercard of the Usyk Fury fight, but you know what? Frank Sanchez is honestly one of the worst top contenders I've ever seen. So beating him doesn't do shit for me. People say, oh, he's a great technical boxer, he's a Cuban. No, he's just a hump. He's like a lump of lard just sitting there to be struck. You know, this guy Frank Sanchez reminds me of a very boring version of Kevin Johnson. And that's not what you want to be. So, do you know Kevin Johnson?
I don't know Kevin Johnson, but here, I can learn to know Kevin Johnson.
There's a guy that came over to face Fury for America years ago and said he was going to knock him out and
didn't.
Aye, basically, he's a punching bag. Good chin, but nothing more than that. Right, this guy, Kabial, everyone rates him. He's undefeated. Apparently, he's avoided. I haven't seen it. I'm going to have to put him in unlikely. I don't think he's a heavy puncher, so I'm not really going to say he's got a puncher's chance. I believe to win, he'd probably need to... I don't think he could KO Usyk. I'll put him in unlikely, just for the main reason is don't really know much about him. Haven't really seen him. Up next, we have the Chinese big man Shilian Xiang. Recently lost to Joseph Parker, which isn't really... It's not filling me with a lot of confidence. Slow, plodding. I mean, he's got average power, but is average power enough to beat Usyk? For me, absolutely not. I'm going to say Xiang, Big Bang, Xiang. He's taking on Wilder soon. He might beat Wilder, but I don't think he really has a chance against Usyk. So I'm going to say Xiang would have no chance. I mean, he's 40, slow, doesn't have that much of a boxing IQ, doesn't have that much of a range of punches. He is kind of reminding me of Joe Joyce, just stands in front and slows and throws these like slow fists at you, and that's just not going to work against Usyk, so I'm putting him in no chance.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with no chance. Not really much going for him. Old, slow.
Have you seen him fight?
No, I've not seen him fight, but here.
Fog boxing here.
Fog boxing. Coming to you live with Big Xiang. I mean, he looks intimidating, but...
Will you watch his fight against Deontay Wilder next week?
Maybe.
Speaking of Deontay Wilder, he's up next, right? couple of years ago, I would have said he had like maybe a chance of catching Usyk, but I mean, since then he's deteriorated. I know Fury likes to brag about his win over Deontay Wilder, but after Joseph Parker schooled Wilder for 12 rounds, it's like it just makes Fury's wins seem not as good. See, when somebody stepped in the ring and beat Wilder more convincingly than Fury did, and that was Fury's best victory, it doesn't say a lot for Tyson Fury.
No, it doesn't.
Probably doesn't say a lot for Deontay Wilder that he lost every round against Joseph Parker as well.
No, but I would think Puncher's chance. He's got the power.
Yeah,
the bronze bomber.
That's where I'm going to put him. Does he still have the power? We don't know. I mean, he fought Joseph Parker and didn't land over 12 rounds. Could have just been a bad fight. Like, everybody has bad performances. I'm going to say Deontay Wilder, Puncher's chance. He would never beat Usyk on points, so the only chance he does have is a knockout.
I guess we knocked him out every round.
Well, he only needs to knock him out one round, really.
True.
Anyway, up next we have Daniel Dubois. Already fought Usyk, pretty much got annihilated other than the low blow, and I know Frank Warren's still complaining that was a legitimate shot, but a bit strange that that was the only punch that Daniel Dubois landed that caused Usyk any problems. It would kind of make you believe that it was indeed low. We've seen Fury go to the body, and I mean, yeah, it looks like he was being a little bit successful, but we never seen Usyk react the way he reacted with the Daniel Dubois shot, so I do think it was low. Anyway, Dubois, I'm going to say no chance. Has he got a better chance though than Shelley and Shang? You know what? We've already seen Dubois lose to Usyk, and we haven't seen Shang lose to Usyk, so I guess by that logic, I'll say he's got a worse chance than Shang, so we're going to put Dubois last here. Up next, we have Frank Sanchez. Fucking horrible boxer. I don't care if he was undefeated until a couple of days ago. He's going straight at the bottom. This guy's a waste of space. Why? What the hell? This is corruption here. It's no let me stick him at the bottom. Why is it no let me put him in here?
There we go.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Frank Sanchez. What a bum. What an absolute bum. This guy is going fucking nowhere. It's amazing that people think that he's got a potential world heavyweight title chance at heavyweight. Never happening. I'd go as far as saying I could maybe beat this guy in a fight. He's just nothing about him. One of those defensive fighters that wants to throw on the counter but just doesn't throw. Just sits there. A punching bag. A Cuban punching bag. And I know Cubans have some decent fighters, but this guy ain't one of them. Frank Sanchez fucking sucks. Up next we have AJ, Anthony Joshua. I was about to say AJ Styles, not quite though.
No, it's Anthony Joshua. Already lost, twice to Usyk? So, I mean, that goes against him, obviously.
Lost twice, but I would say they were semi-competitive fights.
True, but he still lost twice. I mean, does that mean in the next one he'd learn from it? I think AJ's only going to get worse.
Well, I mean, he is younger than Usyk. He's younger than Fury. I think when I look at AJ, he did it all wrong. He tried to outbox Usyk, and that shouldn't have been the game plan. Game plan should have been to go for the knockout. I mean, he's trying to box Usyk. Like, what was he thinking? It was a horrible game plan. And then the second fight, instead of learning, he kind of done the same thing. Pretty much both fights were identical in terms of scoring. I think both were pretty much scored all round 9-3. I know that Eddie Hearn claims that the second fight was 7-5, or maybe 6-6. But I don't think anyone else seen that. So, you know what? I would say, though, that Joshua, is he the guy with the best chance on this list of beating Usyk? He might be. I'll say he's got a decent opportunity, but he would need to improve, and he'd need to go with a different style, I think, because what he's doing right now just isn't really it. Right. Up next, we have Hrgovic from Croatia, another unbeaten guy, even though he definitely lost to Shelley and Shang that night, although I had money on Hrgovic, so I was kind of pleased that the robbery happened, but he did gain advantage via robbery, no doubt about it. Again, another guy that was hyped up, hype job, but nothing really about this Hrgovic guy that I think is going to do anything. I'd say he's in the no chance category. I'll put him behind Shang, but in front of Dubois.
Fair enough.
Up next we have Tyson Fury. I'd say he's probably got... I would say Tyson Fury has a decent not quite 50-50, because we've already seen one fight, and Usyk I thought did beat him. I thought he beat him at least by a few rounds, and I mean, people can say Usyk was hurt, but I mean, Tyson Fury was the guy that truly looked like he was hurt. He was the guy that was bouncing off the ropes, lucky to survive. I would say he's probably got the best chance here, better chance than AJ. Some people are saying that AJ put on better showings against Usyk. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Just because Tyson Fury appeared to be more hurt than Joshua was, I still think Tyson Fury probably won more rounds than Joshua did. So, and plus, I think Tyson Fury, I just think he's more likely to change in a rematch. I think he's more likely to mix it up and change his style.
Joshua was stubborn. Tyson Fury, I think he easily got the most faith.
Plus, Joshua's lost twice, and we've seen that Joshua didn't really change anything up in the second fight. I do believe that Tyson Fury would probably fight a different style in the second fight, so therefore I will say he's got a decent opportunity and a better opportunity than AJ. Up next we have Joseph Parker coming off a good win again, a couple of good wins. He beat Shang and then he beat Wilder, so beat them both. Well, I thought he actually maybe lost to Shang. I don't know. People saying that it was a close fight. He got knocked down twice, still won. That's hard to do, getting knocked down twice, but still winning on points. And then he completely outpointed Wilder on every scorecard. Not a big puncher though. So to beat Usyk, he's going to have to win on points. And for me, I mean, that is probably very unlikely. But I would say, unlike the guys in no chance, this guy's actually a decent boxer, and he could win rounds. Could he beat Usyk? I mean, probably not. He's younger though, so I mean, maybe if he waits a couple of years and Usyk tires down, Usyk's 37. I mean, maybe time could beat Usyk. I'll say he's unlikely. I'll put him behind this undefeated guy because I haven't really seen this guy, and I've just got to believe that he's got a better chance here than Parker. And then we move into Joe Joyce, another slow, plodding heavyweight, similar to Shang, just no head movement. He would just be sitting there. He would just be getting touched by Usyk all night long, and that's not something you want to happen. So for me, he's going in the no chance category. You know what? I'm actually gonna how low are we gonna put him down? I'm gonna say he's so fucking slow. I'm gonna say he's actually behind Dubois, even though Dubois already lost to Usyk. I would, if I had to bet my life on either Dubois or Joyce winning, then I would take Dubois. So there you go, guys. That's the list there. I think that is, out of these 10 fighters, I believe this is the order in their chance of defeating Usyk. I'm going with Fury, AJ, Caballal, Parker, Wilder, Shang, Higrovic, Dubois, Joyce, and Shitey Frank Sanchez. That's it. Any thoughts?
Yeah, can't disagree with it. Shitey Frank Sanchez bringing up the rear and Cowboy ahead, Tyson Fury at the front. I think Tyson and AJ are a step above the rest, and that's what's happened here.
Yep. Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.